Rifle in by Slimani.
What a goal from George Bulldog! Finished by Ollie McBurney.
What's happening, Blades? Welcome back to the Blades Ramble, and we're back with another match preview. This time, it's our old enemies, Nottingham Forest. But we're all friends here today because joining me to preview the game is none other than Mr. Daw himself from Daw on Talk. Daw, Mr. Daw, how's it going, mate?
I'm not too bad. I'm happy you lot are back in the Premier League.
Are you?
Of course I am.
Why is that?
Because it's easy 3 points.
There you go. 3 points for you and then 3 points for us. I'll take that.
No, 6 points. We'll take 6 points. That's what we'll take.
Well, that might be it. I'll give you a little layup there. Why is it good that we're back in league? Easy 6 points. Fair dues. Fair dues. No, but it's all good here, mate. I mean, I know there's a rivalry between both sides. How can you be mad? If anybody that don't follow Mr. Daw, he's one of the nicest guys on YouTube. So if you don't follow him already, make sure you do after this, even though he's a Forest fan. First question I'm going to ask you, pal, is how do you think your transfer window's gone so far? And a bit of a contrast to last year when you had to try and remember 50 names of all these players that were coming in. It's been a little bit more structured this time, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Last season was crazy. As everyone knows, we brought in 30 players and we had no choice at that time. But this season, it's been more quietly. We've had the time to what players that we need. Forest fans like myself, we expected at least 2 or 3 more players. But with the money being tight and we've got to be careful what we spend because last season we spent players that we should not have brought in. But when you're in the Premier League, you've got to like bring in player after player. That happened last season. But listen, we brought in 3 players so far. We brought Matt Turner from Arsenal, Alanga from Man United, and Olone he was a free transfer, but he played for Torino last season. But listen, time will tell. We've still got another, I think it's 1st September. The transfer window will close, but we still need to improve. We definitely need to improve at least 2 or 3 players. Definitely a striker. Definitely a midfielder as well. But listen, everyone expects us to buy. We want big money for it. We want to buy better players than we did from last season. So listen, we want another 3 or 4, 3 weeks now to bring in better players.
It's not easy, is it, to get value for money in Premier League? We're finding that as well now. It's really tough, mate. So, yeah, I think they're good signings for you. I don't know much about your third signing, but Matt Turner's a solid goalkeeper. Is he going to be your number 1, by the way, or are you still trying for Dean Henderson?
Listen to me. Let me tell you straight. Dean Henderson is not come to your club. As we know, he came to Sheffield United. If he was
he's a blade, don't you? You know he's a blade.
It's not happening. Listen, Matt Turner, like I said, he was a backup to at Arsenal. And a lot of Arsenal fans saying that he needs first team football. So making his debut against Arsenal, first half I thought, okay, it's Arsenal. We can't judge him on his first game. But second half, I think he'd grown on us. He'd grown on us slowly. He knows. I'm not trying to compare him to Dean Henderson because with Matt Turner, he likes to release the ball quicker than Dino. So with Matt Turner, he's a fantastic signing. Is he better than Dean Henderson? Time will tell. I'm not going to judge him on the first day. But listen, Matt Turner's fantastic for us, and you never know. We might bring Dino back because I know you lot haven't got much money, but you never know. Time will tell. He could come back to Sheffield United, but I hope he don't. I hope he comes back to Forest.
Good player, isn't he? Really good player. Really good player. So that leads me nicely on to what do you think your strengths are as a side? What have we got to watch out for against Forest?
Listen, I think we've got pace now. Like Anthony Langer, another signing we brought in from Manchester United, and yes, we lost 2-1 to Arsenal, but his pace to set the first goal, to set Tower Awani up was mad, absolutely crazy. As well, we've got Brennan Johnson. He's really fast. You lot will remember him from the playoff semi-final.
Oh yeah, don't he want to leave? Didn't he have to remove?
I don't know. This to me, I wanted to stay, but he's a good player. He's a top player, and
has he got a famous dad?
Legend. You lot love him, David Johnson. You lot love him. Yeah,
I know David Johnson. I saw him every week on Sky. Oh, Brennan Johnson's dad, David Johnson in the crowd.
Oh, David Johnson's a legend, absolutely legend. With Brennan, he's a top player. But listen, if he stays, it's fantastic. If he goes, it's a blessing because, like I said, he's a top player. So
yeah, he's a good player.
Actually, question Ben Johnson. Like I said, it's a pace. Pace is that can get forward. I said Tayo Wani, he was injured most of the last season.
Yeah, he's a striker, isn't he?
Yeah, but at the end, scoring, I think he scored 6 goals in 3 games, and that's what we was lacking last season because he was injured halfway through the season. But if he can keep him fit for the whole season, listen, he's gonna be dangerous to the Premier League defence.
Okay, so they're the ones we have to watch out for. Brennan Johnson down your right. Don't fill me with much confidence because our left is where we're very vulnerable. What are the weaknesses in the Forest team? Where can we exploit you? Where can we get at you?
It was really critical last season by defence, and especially our midfield because all last season our midfield was poor. We can moan about the defence, this and that, but like I said, we keep as we mentioned the players that we brought in. Basically, Steve Cooper didn't know what his best midfield was. So that could be if on Friday Sheffield United bully us in the midfield, we're going to win the game, and that's a fact. Like we mentioned, people slag off like Joe Worrell, who he had it up and down last season, but proved Forest fans wrong at the end of back of last season as well. But if you see the weaknesses, it's definitely the midfield. But we've improved from last season to this season. We've got like Ryan Yates, Mangala, Danilo. That's our first choice midfield.
So you think they can be bullied in Middle Park?
If we're not on our game, if we're not first of all, because I know Sheffield United are really aggressive with the way they play. If you bully us in that midfield, I think the game's lost, and that's simple. Because in the Premier League, as you know, Jimmy, it's ruthless, and if one silly mistake, it's done.
That's true, mate. Can we have a little word on, speaking of blades, like Dean Henderson's a blade, a little word on Morgan Gibbs-White, who's also
Legend.
a blade?
Top player. He's a top player. I think, as all Forest fans, and I think everyone thought the price we paid for him, I think it was 40 million.
Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people thought that were high.
I thought to myself, okay, bit steep. But when he played for you lot, he had a fantastic season for you. But when you jump from the Championship to the Premier League, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, it is.
The whole season for Morgan White, will you call it successful? Yes, because we're in the Premier League. He can with his showboating, it can be frustrating sometimes.
Yeah,
but that role, that number 10 role, he's really good, but he needs to improve because you can't have one. I'm not saying he had a fantastic season, but he had a good season last season, but he needs to improve now because, as you know, he won the England European Cup, I think it was. But he's got to be snap his forward now because if we need to do well, he's got to improve, and that's where our mostly attacking threat comes from through the middle with Morgan Gibbs-White, setting like people like Brennan Johnson or Tayo Wani or Danilo. But listen, Morgan Gibbs-White, top player, and we just hope he does better than last season.
Yeah, I think if he finds some consistency, he's going to be unbelievable because we know what he can do. Both teams know what he can do, and he's, don't get me wrong, he's one of the players we're really sort of fearing. I think, to be fair, on Friday, I think he can cause us some real damage. I don't know what the obviously it's at Forest, but I don't know how the United fans are going to react to him really because he might get a bit of pantomime stick, but he did a great job for us.
I don't think he should, if I'm honest, because like I said, he did really well for you. Yes, he missed the penalty in the playoff finals to send us to the Wembley, but
Agent Gibbs right.
Yeah, well, Agent right. But listen, I thought he did well for you lot. So if he gets stick, it's going to be harsh.
What it is, though, Mr. Daw, is he's come on and he's kissing the badge and he's saying that the best club that I've ever played for, they're the best fans I've ever played in front of. And a little bit of that needle to some fans. And I know that's what players do, innit? That's what they say.
That's what they do. But you know, I think I understand why he did it, because at that time, when he's playing for a club, and he's, like I say, he was successful with Sheffield United, and if they didn't go up,
he had a good season.
He had a good season. So if they boo him, I think
I wouldn't be in that camp. To be fair, I think if you've done a good job for us, and as long as you haven't blatantly slated the club, then you've got to respect them when they come back. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes, mate. So next, I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to be asking everybody this throughout season. Thank you for giving me your weaknesses in your team. I'm going to forward that on to Eki now, if that's all right. And then I'm going to ask you, what's your team? This is the part of the stream, the pod, whatever you want to call it, where I ask you what your team would be. Not what you think Steve Cooper's going to be on Friday. It's what you would play if you were in the dugout. So what's your formation and who's your 11 to face the mighty Blades on Friday night?
If it was my personal opinion, I'll stick with 4-3-3.
Okay.
Because I said I put Matt Taylor in goal. Nico Williams. We know Sergio was our first choice right back, but Nico Williams for me is young, got pace. But the thing with Nico Williams, he can't play in a 4-3-3. But
right, okay.
I'll still put Nico Williams there.
He's more of a wing back.
Yeah, he's more of a wing back than playing four at the back. But my opinion, Forest fans might think I'm wrong, but it is what it is.
You think Cooper won't go with Williams though?
I don't know. I think Cooper will go. If we play a 5-3-1-1, then it's going to be Serge. But if it's 4-4-2, I think if it's 4-4-2, it's still going to Serge. But my opinion, I like Nicky Williams because he's more effective, me personally, than to Serge. So two centre backs. I'll go for. It's a tough one because I might get stick for this. I think I'll go for Joe Worrell and Nicarte. It fits because he's definitely out of the game because he's he was on the bench against Arsenal, so you never know. Cooper likes to do man games.
Why will you get stick for that?
What for Nicarte?
Yeah, from Forest fans, why would you get stick for that pick?
Because they always say because what Felipe, he's 35 years old. He's more experienced. Like with Joe Worrell, will give more stick. Has been given so much stick, but when he's next to Felipe, he's better. But I personally think Joe Worrell, he's learned what to do for this season now, and now I think he's capable to play alongside Nicarte in that 4. Right. But the left back, I said, Ila Nene, like the player that we got on free transfer, ex Fulham, Chelsea, and Torino. So that's more back 4. The midfield 3, I think, like I was explained, it's Danilo, Mangala as number 6, and Ryan Yates. You know Ryan Yates, he gives you a toe time. He scored that last-minute winner, equaliser in the league. But I love Yates.
Move on. No, he's a good player. He's a good player. I think, to be honest, mate, he's underrated, and he goes under the radar a lot and doesn't really get much credit.
With Forest fans, like I said, they'll slag him off. He's not ready. He's not Premier League ready. Blah blah blah. Like last season, like I said, he was struggling, and with Yatesy, he's a guy that he's not afraid to tackle, and that was slacking 100% last season. But when Yatesy come back in, he always does well for us. And like I said, this season he's got to improve his game because he can't stick what he did for last season. He might, he's not one of the people who can just go past 10 people. He's one of the players, he does it simple, he does his job, and that's it. But this season, he's got to improve better. And he'll know that himself. But Ryan Yates is different for me. At this moment in time, the midfield that we've got, I put him in that midfield 3. The front line, it's a difficult one because Langer come on last week against Arsenal, and he come on for the last 15-20 minutes with Tara Wadney and played fantastic. So, me personally, as you know, Morgan, I play Morgan Swites at number 10 role because he's fantastic in that role. And then I put up front the man himself, Brendan Johnson, with Tower or Wanley up front because pace is a big thing. So Langer, like I said, I think I'll bring on Langer last 20 minutes again. And
just to kill us off.
Yeah, to kill you off. Because you already be killed off anyway. We'll rest Brendan Johnson, and then we'll just hammer you. I'll give my score prediction later, but yeah, we'll hammer you. So
I'm going to give you my Blades team that's going to get a result at the City Ground on Friday night, and this is where a lot of our subscribers will put in the comments their team as well. And I encourage any Forest fans that are there to put your teams in as well and score predictions because we'll come to that in a minute. But we're going with Wes Foderingham in goal. Not my number one choice as a keeper, but it's best we've got at the minute, unfortunately. No Dean Henderson. But, there's time till end at window yet, isn't there?
Exactly. It's coming to Forest. It's coming to Forest.
He's not coming towards. We can't afford him, mate.
That's what I want to talk about later on. But let's talk about later on.
I know, it's true. I'm picking Anel Ahmedhodzic, who you'll know all about. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, the Swedish guy. Yes.
Yeah, well, Bosnian, but yeah, born in Sweden, I think.
Swedish, isn't it? He's Swedish.
Yeah. He's born in Sweden, plays for Bosnia, I believe.
I thought he played for Sweden.
He played in Sweden for Malmo. Yeah, but he's come on and he's one of our best players now, to be fair. I think he's going to be top class. And you'll know all about him. Yes. He'll be one with Gibbs White in his pocket. John Egan, I'll have your big striker, your big number 9 in his pocket. I won you, whatever it's called.
Tower Wanley.
Yeah, John Egan will have him. And Brennan Johnson will be handled by Austin Trusty, signing from Arsenal, Birmingham's Player of the Year last year. Super signing that's come in for us. I don't think Eki will play this, by the way. This is my team. I think Eki puts Jack Robinson there. And
not Jack Robinson, fam. What's he doing here? He's still there.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, well, it wasn't my decision, unfortunately. But yeah, I think he sits Jack Robinson down and makes him look foolish. But if it's Austin Trusty, who's got a bit of pace about him, I think we're okay. I'm going with Max Lowe, who you'll know all about again.
Another Forest ex-Forest. Is it Forest against Forest reserves?
Well, you can have him back if you want him in reserve team, to be honest, because he's useless, Max Lowe. But I'm having him at left wing back. George Baldock, absolute superstar at right wing back. He will cause you some problems because he's talk about one of the most underrated players you'll see. Midfield three for me. I'm going Slimani on left hand side. He's one of our new signings. Yeah. I'm going Vinny Souza, who's another new signing that we've got in. He played for Espanyol last year. He's a destroyer. He will absolutely sort that middle at park out. You talk about physicality, he's the boy. Yeah. And I'm going Gus Hamer, who we've just signed from Coventry.
Yeah, good player.
Really good player. So he levels us up a little bit. We're not quite ready for the Prem yet. Come end at window, we'll be a lot more prepared. And up front, I'm going Ollie McBurney to score and do a stamp celebration when he scores. and I'm going, I think he might pit for Asula next to him. Will Asula, who's one of our youth prospects.
Where's Ben Osborne? Where's Ben Osborne? You've not mentioned the Super Benny Osborne.
He might squeeze onto my bench. Don't worry, Eki will probably play him. So, yeah, you talk about Forest reserves, mate. Another one might get chucked in on Friday. But I think Eki will go for Asula, but I would probably go for Benny Traore, another one of our new signings that's young, nippy, quick to play off McBurney. So, but we'll see. That's my team. Blades, get your teams in down below. Any Forest fans want to put their teams in as well, that's absolutely fine. Now then, Mr. Daw, what is your score prediction for Friday night? How many are we going to beat you by?
Okay. Your record at City Ground, it's not that great, is it? No, I won't say it's not. It's not that great. No, you have. That's a lie. You have got a good record. It's okay. But I'll say
we beat you at City Ground last time we played there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just. But what happened at the end? What happened at the end? That's what to me. That's the thing. What happened at the end is the most important thing. That's all it matters.
You were Brice Samba's stud away from being 20th in Championship this season. That's where you were.
It was a fantastic save from Samba, but you lot bottled it, and it is what it is. We won, you didn't.
Gibbs White manufacturing a move. That's what it was. Gibbs White throwing it.
my prediction. I think I'll go for. I need to talk about Sheffield United teams. I personally think you're going down because, as you know, you lost 2 good players in Sanderberg. I like Sanderberg. I don't know why you sold him to your rival.
Your rival as well, thanks.
Burnley are not. They're not a rival. They're just a.
Yeah, they're a relegation candidate too.
Yeah, they're not. Nah, we're mid-table. We're mid-table.
Oh, you're looking up, are you? You're looking up.
Yeah, I'm looking up.
We'll see.
Okay, I'll say. I'll 3-1 Forest. I think. Because like I said, I don't know. I can see a goal coming from somewhere. From Sheffield United, but listen,
we're gonna get lucky, are we? There'll be a goal somewhere.
You have to get lucky, but I think it's the pace because when you're saying if Jack Robson plays in that role, I think Brennan. If Brennan does start, we'll give him nightmares.
You know what, mate? I think you're right. I think it all depends on if he plays Jack Robinson there or not. And I'm not saying Austin Trust is the answer to all our problems, but I think we need a pacey defender against your forwards, and Jack Robinson will not be it. So, and Egan will get caught out for pace as well. So we need somebody there to be able to sweep up with those that pace.
If Beth Osborne plays in the midfield 3, I think Ryan Yates will bully him, even Mangala, because they're destroyers in that midfield, and Danilo will do what Danilo does. But if you play Ben Osborne in that midfield 3, I think we've won the game.
He could do that. He could do that.
Well, listen, you got to give credit to Ben Osborne. Like I said, when he was at Forest, he did his time at the 6th round. But listen, he did his move to Sheffield United. But we've got better. I think Yatesy will bully Osborne. Well, you never know.
No, I think Osborne's a trier, innit? He gives 100% every time. I just don't think the quality is there at Premier League level. But he played him last week from start, and he seems to really like him. So he might even play. But I'm saying with my team that I've put out, I think we get a point at the City Ground on Friday night. I think it's going to be 1-1. Yeah, I fancy us to start picking up some results now. We love that underdog tag, and we're thriving it. So particularly when it's your boys, thinking that you're just going to walk all over us.
We've got to.
No, to be fair, mate. Yeah, as I say, there's a bit of a rivalry between 2 teams, but it'll be a good game on Friday night.
I tell you a super secret. I hate 5 teams, and Sheffield United are all in the top 5. That's what I tell you.
Why would you say that? I've seen your videos before where you said you didn't mind them, but that
I don't know. I don't mind them because you like all your ex-Forest players are in there. So now I've got a little, but far from that, that some of my videos, like the Sheffield United fans, always come for me. Sometimes I'm like, well, why don't you lot?
Can't come for Mr. Daw, one of the nicest guys on YouTube. You can think what you like about Sheffield United. And you probably won't like us even more if we turn up and get 3 points at the City Ground on Friday night.
Jimmy, it's not happening. You need to get that out of your head. It's not happening. We're going to come to the City Ground. And yes, you've got the underdog tag. I get it. You've got the underdog tag. And there's going to be players that, like I say, it's still early days, will want to get that start in that place. But you like I said, the player that has left a striker. Is it Nene? Ndaye. Another top player. Right. I don't get it.
All right. Do you know how much I want to beat you now? I just want to beat Forest on Friday night. That's all I'm asking for.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Right.
If we played if we played away, we played against Arsenal second half, or in the last 20 minutes, we'll beat you lot.
We played last time we were at the City Ground, we'll beat you lot again. So that's what I'd have to say about that.
We've got better players, Jimmy. We've got better players.
Yeah, you have. Have they all understood each other's languages and who talks where, what position everybody plays now?
Jimmy, all it matters when the goal gets stuck back in the net. That's all it matters. That's all it matters.
Right. Solidify our underdog status then. Where do you see both of these sides finishing at end of the season?
Right, I'll be honest. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Sheffield United as well. But whoa, I am. You know what? Screw it. I'm being disrespectful to Sheffield United. Right. Listen. I think with the players that you've got in now, And like I said, you've lost 2 big players.
Yeah,
I think if you don't improve in the transfer window,
we will.
I think you'll go down. I think you'll go down. You don't. Are you betting than Luton? Are you betting who else is down there? Wolves, because Wolves just lost.
Forest.
Forest, you're definitely not finished above us. I know that's a fact. You're not finished above us. This is our time now. Right at the time now. When I will say, I'm going to do a video when the transfer window's done. I'll see where we'll finish. But right now, Forest will finish above Sheffield United.
Oh, absolutely, you will. I have no doubt about that. Unfortunately, I think you will. I think you will. Where do you think we're finishing though? What position? Give us a position.
18th.
18th, and where are Forest finishing?
14th.
Okay.
14th.
Okay.
Because, like I said, the players we've got in now, I don't think we're weaker than last season.
Yeah, I don't think you're far away, mate. I think you'll be around 14th. That's probably about right. I think you're probably one position off where we'll finish, and I'm not going to tell you whether that's up or down. But listen, mate, it's been an absolute. It's been brilliant having you on. Thank you for agreeing to come on. I knew it would be. I've been no problem, mate. I've been a big fan of your content for a long time, so we'll hopefully be. We'll see you again on the channel, and I might even pop up on those.
Make sure everyone's going to subscribe to Blaze Ramble as well. Go and subscribe to the channel.
Thank you, pal. And where can they find you if they want to subscribe to your good self?
Like I said, my channel is called Dollar on Tour. I go to every Forest game, home and away, abroad, a lot. I do podcasts as well.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, I follow Forest everywhere, so that's why I'm called Dollar on Tour. There's no Forest bit on it, so but yeah, I go to every game. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see a fantastic vlog on Saturday morning when Forest smash Sheffield United, please go and watch my video. Thank you very much.
That's a great way to get them all Sheffield United fans to go over, isn't it? So I'll tell you what, if we turn you over now, they'll definitely be watching your vlog.
No, it's not going to happen. Jimmy, it's not going to happen. Listen, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Silver lining is, mate, your views will be up if it does happen. So don't worry about that. Listen, mate, thanks again for joining us. Very much appreciated.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Best of luck for the season after Friday, and I don't mean it, but I like you.
I'm going to love this. Jimmy, I'm going to go for you, all this season.
I know, yeah, I know. Right, mate, thanks again for joining us, and I'll catch you soon.
Peace and love, people.
Cheers, buddy. Ta-da. Mr. Daw there, thank you so much for him coming on the channel. Very much appreciated. I'm sure a lot of you know him already from his own channel as well, which is superb. And do give it a follow. Obviously, good banter there on his first time on screen together.
This is great banter. It really is.
Hopefully, we'll see a bit more of that in the future. I don't think he's far off in his end of season predictions, if I'm honest. But who knows? If Cameron Archer comes in before end of window, who knows? You know. Let's stay positive. We're only a game in, aren't we? And we can get something from these boys on Friday night. I'm confident. Come on, you red and white wizards. Up the blades. Ramble on.